Welcome back, Kenya. The president of Kenya is here speaking. I have an exciting one. This time, we have been doing a lot here in Kenya. We have an excess of 38.39. Growth is pretty stagnant, not really good, nor like really bad. At least we are making in some type of income, some type of growth. I'm very happy to show that. We still have a tremendous amount of debt. It is going down, but not really. I'm not sure if I'm doing something wrong. This is 2023. Maybe they changed something in the debt that I'm not aware of. But come on, I have $41 billion in excess. Why can I not, I don't get it. But no worries. We'll keep going along, and hopefully we can get this debt paid down a little bit. I mean, if you look over here, after 9 years, we've came down a little over $3 billion. Doesn't make sense at all. But I'm excited to tell you guys that we are in presidential elections. The start of the primaries start now. I did say that I will run. We have 135 days, so let's get to it. I'm pretty excited to see if the citizens of this great nation wants me to be back. If you guys haven't looked at the other videos, I will just sit there and say, go back, take a look, but I will give you a little peek now. Head of state will be 10 years. That is what I like. That is what I don't like, coming back every 4 years, every couple years. I like to put my footing in and do a lot of change. The only bad thing is if you do lose your presidential candidacy, I mean, it's 10 years until you can run against. I mean, you have to continually try to push for new elections and everything else, and you have 10 years to try to do it. That's a long time. It's a long time, but that is the way I like to do it. Parliament, which is Congress, still has no authority over anything over the president. I will change it, but I'm kind of waiting to get the debt taken care of before we do any of that. Taxes are all the same. So, terms and mandate is unlimited. You're welcome to be in your presidency every 10 years, and you can run as many times as you want up until your death, which I think I'm pretty young. I'm 66 years old, so I'm getting up there. You never know. You might just, kick the bucket. Never know. Alright. So we have some really good deals right now in our energy department. I mean, we are selling electric to Somalia. I tried to cut a deal with Uganda, as you probably seen. It did not go through. I haven't went back and bugged them, but I do have a surplus of 2, which I personally need to increase that number before I actually try to start selling again. We're gonna cut a deal with North Korea for coal because, I mean, let's be honest, it's where we get all our coal. $358 million worth of coal that I import from North Korea. So that's a very important contract, and we have to get it taken care of. Alright. Aluminum's even ending. Oh, bless me. Alright. Let's see who I'm actually working with for aluminum. Greece. Okay. As you see, I am selling drones, I'm selling cannons, I'm selling missile launchers, tanks. Um, but yeah. So we got a lot of deals going on. I am trying to, instead of so obviously whatever I don't make in my own country, I have to import it. But I also am trying to um, be an arms dealer. That is one of the niches that I very much want to get into. I was looking over the numbers, and it actually looks like Kenya would be a great country to be involved when it comes to arms deals, because I can work with the smaller countries like Uganda, Ethiopia, Somalia. I can work with those countries, and a little bit of money that I make from them actually goes a very long way. So I am en route to do it. Okay. I just got done looking at it. 30th, that's what I thought. Okay, I got it available. Just so much things are going on in my head right now. I am getting ready because I mean I could lose my job, so I got to make sure that the country is in shape in order for hopefully me to take over still. But if I lose, I mean I'm gonna have to sit on the sidelines for the next 10 years trying to push the other guy out of office. I mean, I got a tremendous amount of excess. I've done a lot for the country. I can't imagine losing my position, but I mean, it's very possible. So, I want to purchase coal. One thing what I will start doing now is I will start um, building the trust and getting people and talking to people. I'll be setting up a lot of meetings in order to try to get people to vote for me. So that's what we're gonna do. I mean, that is the primary of this video, is getting started for presidency. I am pretty nervous because I do not want to lose my position. If I lose, I mean it's gonna suck. I can't tell you anything different. It's going to suck if I lose my position. I don't know if anyone else has played as an opposite before, but that's what I do. I don't, as long as I have as long as I'm the president, you know, I go through with whatever comes my way. So if I lose my position, I will play for the next 10 years as an opposite, trying to overtake them. So it's going to be rough. It is going to be rough. Hopefully we get a little bit of growth. Now, I do not play with God and Spy or anything else like that. You guys watch my videos. You guys can see that, you know, I just sit down and I just work. I try to do the best that I can for the citizens of this great nation of Kenya. And I will continue to build my excess and continue to strive for this nation. Now, some people may not find it as fun if you're not as a president, and the game is definitely not as fun. But what are you supposed to do? I mean, if you lose your presidency, I mean, let's just think. I am American. I do live here in the United States. Think Donald Trump ran for presidency, lost against Joe Biden after being a president, and look at he was not happy about it. I mean, he tried to do everything in his power to overturn it and everything else. I mean, that's the same thing what I'm gonna do here if I lose my presidency. And what really worries me is after all the hard work I have done for the Kenyan people, the other president is just gonna come in and overturn, make deals that are not gonna be good for the people. I mean, that's gonna be hard to sit back and watch. I mean, I've worked extremely hard to make this country as good as I possibly could. The one thing I would not be, I wouldn't be disappointed on giving back their rights on Congress or anything else like that. I'm okay with it because I do have that excess, and that is a safety net. And I don't really want to change taxes a whole lot. I don't do a whole lot of tax changes. As you can see, my taxes has not changed since my other videos. And the only thing that they will do is that they will come down in price. Right now, real estate has been holding up $3.6 billion of my GDP, which is gonna get reduced dramatically. It's way too high. The other thing is that like employer social security payments is at about 14.22. I would like to see this number at about 8. And if I actually brought it down to 8, you'll actually see it would cost me $31 billion, which the only reason why I have not done that yet is just because of the aspect of I'm in so much debt already, which I thought after building this so big of excess that my debt would be gone. But it has not really moved at all since we became president in 2023, which is very, very disappointing. But what do? You got to continue to keep rolling through and take the good with the bad. And either way, we are still the president. We still have an advantage, even if we have a deficit. Even, I mean, we don't have a deficit, but even though that we are in debt and continually taking debt, a little bit of that debt is going down. But the other aspect of it is that we're able to continue to make the citizens in this country better. So I'm not really worried too much about debt. It just kind of stinks a little bit where I can't pay in cash. I'd like to pay in cash and start actually loaning out money instead of me taking money from other countries. I'd like to actually give out the money, start making a treasury, start accumulating interest on my money that I'm getting and all that happiness. So right now I'm still waiting. I got 85 days. That's less than 3 months, and it's about to go down. Oh yeah, let's start preparing. So we want people to start taking our candidacy, and hopefully people will be enticed on doing it. Now, my popularity is so high already, I don't really care about having them speak in public. I just want them to take out membership with me. And like this lady, her current popularity is 98. That's like Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson turning around and endorsing someone, you know, like, or Elon Musk endorsing someone. I mean, you have to have them on your side here.
Yes.
Bingo.
It's a good idea.
He's on our side. let's
I'm sorry, but
so he won't do that. That's fine. But
yes, it's a good idea.
fund our campaign, please. And we are going to launch a fundraising because our actual money is not very significant here. Okay. So this is where a lot of people,
Yes, it's
you know, a lot of people when they become the president of a nation of their choice, and they continually play the role as the president. A lot of people like to go into war, and a lot of people like to do all the hostile things. And I personally, I enjoy the war aspect of this game, but you know, I don't try to get into it if I don't have to.
Yes.
I like to do it more as a protection or as a means to protect my my partners or whatever else like that. I don't personally like to go out and just create a war just to get into a war because it's entertaining. I think the game itself is completely entertaining. I think creating the nation, and there's so many things that you can do that is so much better than war, in my opinion. So like, for instance, why can't we try to get this number down to being number 1, changing all the different things in our country? Why can't we try to actually get into the economics of the game? Like, if you go into, where is it here? Criteria population. Try to have one of the bigger populations. Try to have one of the bigger populations. Create a goal and do it. I want to have the greatest. See, look at this. Economic power. United States, everyone. Look at Kenya's not very high. Look at Pakistan. They increased big time after they took over. But we're 59th in the country, in the world. United States number 1. We can change all this. And this is the greatness of the game. I would actually have to say is that, like, ooh, they're the worst. So that's the greatness of the game, in my opinion, is that all the other goals that you can actually do in order to become the greatest country on Earth. I mean, that is the coolest thing, in my opinion. I mean, the GDP, why wouldn't you want to be the highest paying country? I mean, we can beat this number. We can beat this number. And you'd be like, no, you can't. Yes, we can. All we have to do is pay our employees a lot more money. We don't have to have a ginormous, like Switzerland. They don't have a big GDP. And that's what a lot of people I don't think they really understand when it comes to this. Like, let's look at Switzerland. Switzerland's GDP is not even $1 trillion. But look how much they're paying their people. Now, granted, their population is very low, but that actually gives them a big disadvantage, though, too. Since your population is so low, you have to understand, trying to keep work, trying to build businesses, trying to keep a growth is absolutely so challenging in the game. If you don't have the materials that you need and everything else, you can't really do what you need to do.
okay.
That's one advantage, like America or like Russia, China. They have tons of people, so you can make them work. And you can, the more you make them work, the more products you can gain, like in your industries and everything else. Like, if I have more workers, I could actually, like, here, employment is 9%. Manpower, you know, this number is extremely crucial. And that's why my unemployment is so low, because I consistently invest in my industries and my ooh, let's play here. Consistently invest into my farming sector. I mean, my farming probably has a ton of employment. Yeah, look at that. 68% of my population is right here into farming. I mean, the global share of this country's activity is 15%. That's insane. That's insane. I'm exporting about $45 billion. Exports. Maybe not. Maybe I'm reading this number wrong. Trade balance. So I'm trading $44 billion worth of products. And that's probably in the realm, I'm guessing then? I always thought it was the trade balance was me actually exporting it. But I guess not. I was wrong on that one. No worries. Alright. See, growth is very difficult to keep it up, because if your unemployment is so low, it's so hard to hire people and it's so hard to do stuff. Unemployment has just been plateaued forever. I just don't have enough people. And one of the things what I am working on now is child mortality. I can't say the word. But I don't want the children in my country to die as they are being born. So I am working very diligent on getting this number lower and lower, so I can have a higher birth rate, so I can increase the population. Oh, what's going on here? Alright, perfect.
Funeral will take
Okay,
place
no
next
worries. We'll say our goodbyes. Okay, no worries. We have an old man.
week. The election campaign has officially begun.
We have came. We are officially here, guys. So, let's get more people on our side. Let's ask her. Let's ask. Okay. I don't think that you can ask those type of people. Artists. Fashion. Let's try to. This guy's not too important, so that's a good thing, because our relations with him was not the greatest. Alright. Ooh, wrong one again. Musician? Oh, I think we already have him. Novelist. And I'm just trying to get their endorsement. Oldest person? Ooh, she does not like me. That's okay though. We don't need her endorsement. Now with a bunch of endorsements, one tip I can give you guys is that if you have more endorsements, the less likely that you actually have to go out promising everyone the world. Especially the things that you really don't want to do but is extremely popular. I don't personally want to do a whole lot of promising.
No thanks.
Unless
My
it's
ulcer
something that
can't
I'm already going to do. Sorry about that, I had to shut the door. Alright. So I want her
Okay.
to be on my side. Same with this
Okay.
feller. We're gonna have this guy okay. Goodbye. So I didn't expect to be laughed right in my face, but I guess, you know. We're even gonna try to get the top model on our side. So like I was saying is that
Okay.
the more endorsements that you can get, the less you actually have to go out and promise people, which is very important to me. So I'm not sure if these people can give you them endorsements or not, but we will try.
Okay.
Alright, buddy. Ooh. Let's check out our energy. Energy is still fine. I would like to do a little bit of alright.
Okay.
I would like to try to get some nuclear weapons in this country, but I will not start doing that until I actually increase my military. I was looking inside the sector of the military compartment,
Okay.
and I tell you what, just getting clothing for the military, which is a great add-on this year. I absolutely love that. I love the overhaul of what they've done in the military department.
Okay.
It's absolutely phenomenal, but it's very, very expensive. And with a small nation, before you start investing heavy into military, unless your country is absolutely in need, you know, like if you're out in if you're in Palestine, that's your number one thing that you want to do is get into military equipment. Iran, North Korea, Russia, you know, China. You want
Okay.
a lot of equipment. Obviously, Ukraine. You know, like you want to go out and invest. That's your number one investment. But when you're a country somewhere in Africa where you get a little bit less, when you're in like Central Africa or East or West Africa, you don't really have
Yes, it's a good idea.
problems when it comes to people invading. Maybe like if you're a Libya, maybe you might have an issue. Maybe you might get pulled into something if you are
Okay.
Egypt because of Palestine and Israel and everything else. But if you're Kenya, Uganda, you know, Tanzania, you know, Ethiopia, DR Congo, Angola, Namibia, Botswana, you ain't gotta worry. You really don't have to worry, and that's just a high cost that you really don't
Okay.
want unless your country is already set up where people may say like, hey, your country's pretty set up pretty nice where like I don't understand why aren't you doing more things and doing this, and but you know there's a
Don't panic. I'll look into
perfect
it.
thank you, Frank. A couple reasons why I don't. One of them is because of the fact that I do have all this debt. I would like to get out of the debt first before doing anything that before I do anything. I mean, I like to be out of debt or having debt very close to zero. But, you know, as you've seen in my last
Our agents that have infiltrated.
as my last video, my last couple videos, Pakistan took over Afghanistan, and since we are really good friends with them, we need to increase our military might because of them. I would like to have a presence in the Middle East. We are really good friends with Sweden. Same thing. I would like a military presence in Europe, North Africa, especially. This is where my country is, so therefore I want a heavy presence of Kenya soldiers. You know, north, maybe even in South Africa, maybe. And then I would like also in Venezuela because of Mexico or, you know, any countries over here that's gonna pop off. You know, look at that, Argentina, huge support. And I just want to be able to be a little bit of everywhere, and I still haven't figured out exactly who my partner's going to be when it comes to Asia, but I have to say Myanmar is not friends with Thailand, so becoming friends with both of them would be great. But if I had to pick a side, I would lose the friendship, so therefore I don't want it to be Myanmar or Thailand. Vietnam I wouldn't mind, or even because Vietnam is actually fairly strong, but it would be very difficult. So I think in Asia, to be 100% honest, I may pick North Korea. And one of the reasons why is because of the fact that North Korea is extremely strong, and I really don't think that anyone's going to attack them. Uh-oh. We've been hacked. Uh-oh. We're gonna lose money. Alright. So I do have to make some promises, it looks like. Candidates. His popularity is way up. So let's think about what we're gonna do. He's already had 8 rallies and already spent $651 million. I personally don't want to spend, so I want to do more policies. I'm trying to think right now. What policies am I willing to do? Maybe in the Justice Department? I already did that one. I don't really want to ban amnesty. I do have to actually become harder because my crime rate has completely like been so skyrocketed ever since I banned the voodoo people. So I do have to actually become stronger on things around here. And I think we're gonna go up to 10. I think that's gonna be a good one. Because I think people are tired of crime. I really didn't want to... I didn't really want to do this, but I mean, I could do this. And I mean, it would completely go through. And it would help me nationwide. I'm not sure yet, but I have to leave it there. Like, subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.